Hey friends, and welcome back to Sunshine and Serenity. My name is Christy Johnson and I am an gardener growing in Arkansas Zone 7B. I am an urban gardener. I'm growing in the city, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, we are so grateful that you're here. If you will take a moment to hit the like and subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications, I would greatly appreciate it. It just helps our channel grow, helps us be able to share our life and our content and just our channel with other people that may be interested. So I am grateful for each and every one of you doing that for me. And today we are going to go on a garden tour in just a minute because a lot has changed since the last time I've done a garden tour. I haven't done one in a hot minute, mainly because we've just kind of been busy and crazy with life, right? It's just been kind of crazy, but we are going to go on a garden tour in just a minute. I'm going to show you how much things have changed. But I wanted to talk about something that has been on my heart, God has laid on my heart. So, and that is plant the seed that changes the world. What I mean by that is be the change that you want to see in the world. For me, God has laid a lot of big dreams on my heart. I have a huge dream of we want our own land, our own just to be sustainable and be out just on our own, land in the country. And like we want to be able to have a huge garden and animals and all kinds of things. That's just a really big dream of ours, and right now we're taking the steps to work towards that dream. And I just know that even though God is telling me not right now on that, I'm slowly starting to see the pave way of that becoming a dream in the future whenever it is our time to have that dream come true. But I also have this huge dream of one day having a garden so large that I'm able to bless others with produce that we get from our garden. I want to be able to bless others with organic produce that helps those that may be struggling, or I just want to be able to use that as a ministry to point people back to Jesus. And that has really been weighed on my heart for a while. And right now I'm taking the steps growing in my urban backyard with all the resources and the space that I have in order to learn how to grow food and learn how to do things well, so that whenever we do have our own land and we do have our own space to have a large garden, that I'm able to steward those resources really well, that God will bless me with in the future. So I'm taking the steps now to plant that seed that changes the world. So I'm planting the seed here and learning and growing, and so that way I can plant the seed that changes the world in the future and shows people just the love of Jesus through something that I greatly enjoy. So I just wanted to shoot that out there because that has been something that I have been just dreaming about and thinking a lot about lately. Just you be the change that you want to see in the world. If God has planted a seed inside your heart or a dream inside your heart, don't just ignore that. Take the steps in the season that you're in to continue to work towards that dream, so that when that seed grows into a plant or a tiny tree, that you're able to water that well, you're able to grow that well, you're able to steward that well, so that you get an abundance of fruit in the season that you're growing it in. So I just wanted to share that with you guys at the beginning of this video, just because I find it's a big just big deal of encouragement, and hopefully it's encouraging to somebody. But I hope that it also gives you the permission to dare to dream, even if that dream is not attainable at this moment, but dare to dream and take the steps to work towards that dream, so that you're able to you know, steward that dream well whenever it does come true for you. So that is just some big dreams of ours. I'm very big into speaking things into existence. If I speak it, then others know and they can hold me accountable. And it's also really cool just to kind of have this on video, to where whenever that dream does come true for us, we're able to look back and say, wow, like what amazing things has God done in our life from where we were to where He has for us in the future. And it's just a great testament to the faith that we have to trust in the Lord and His timing. So with that, again, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm going to take you on a tour of the garden because we have a lot growing, and it's starting to actually look like a summer garden, which I was a little worried there for a while because of our crazy weather and rain, but it is starting to look really full and beautiful. So I'm excited to take you guys on it. So if you're ready, let's go. Okay, so this is a little bit of an overview of the garden. Now, it is been very, very hot here in Central Arkansas. Normally, well, not as hot as we normally get, but that has affected some of my plants. So if you see them a little wilty or droopy, that is just because it's hot here. So, okay, so we are going to start over here, which is the bed that I normally start in. First of all, I have some catnip and some of my lemon mint that has come up, so it started to come up. But here is my squash bed. So I have zucchini back there, and I have squash in these corners. And then I have some bush scallop squash and also a new zucchini that I replanted, and it's starting to come up. And then I have some marigolds that are about to flower and some nasturtiums down here. So that is my squash bed. Then over here I have some pepper plants that are starting to bush out and some beautiful flowers. This is probably my favorite spot in the whole garden right here. Is that not beautiful? Look at these zinnias. So pretty. And then I have a tomato plant there. And then that is my bush bean tower. Look at them go. They are starting to bloom. So we just ripped out our first round of bush beans. We got beans out of them for probably about a month, and they finally started kind of peter out. So now we've got a second wave right here that are flowering, and we're going to be getting beans on those soon. So that is our second wave. And then once our second wave is done producing, I have a third wave right here of bush beans that will be producing. And then I went ahead and replanted in the first bed. I replanted some more bush beans. So we should have enough bush beans to last us all the way into the fall. But this is new. So here we planted some cowpeas, and they'll go up this trellis right here. So those have come up nicely. We've got some Swiss chard and of course my lemon thyme. All of my third wave of bush beans. So these should be producing beans about the time that that second wave kind of peters out. And these are my ground cherries. Now I'm not sure if they will produce or have enough time to do anything, but we'll see. That is my ground cherries. And guys, like I said, plant the seed that changes the world. And then look at this little lady I have back there. I don't know if you can see her. Isn't she beautiful? She's just hanging out back there doing some good bug catching for me. And then I have some okra plants. Look at my clearance flowers that I brought back. They're doing lovely. But here's some more okra, and I've had some aphid issues on my okra. You can see them right there. I'm going to have to actually spray these off again. They seem to like my okra, but if you look in there, I've got some okra growing. Yay! So I should have okra soon, which is exciting. There is some more okra plants there. Now these, I ripped out the noodle beans because they were not doing well. And I replanted some black beans here. And then over on that other side of the trellis, I planted some pinto beans. But there's some more beautiful flowers there. And then here are some of my pole beans that are just starting to produce. They're not doing super well, but we'll see. And I got my first cucumber, my first pickling cucumber off this plant. I have another one down there the other day. So I'm hoping that by the time these really start producing, it'll be getting cooler into the fall so that they won't be super bitter. But I have been dealing with squash vine borers, which have been fun on all of my vining plants. So yeah, that's been fun. And then you see my corn back there. Look at it go. Look at it go. And I have my Tromboncino squash there. And I have another Tromboncino squash there. This is a butternut squash right here. But check this guy out. Look at my first Tromboncino. And then this is the corn bed. And some okra down there. And a sunflower. Look at that guy go. They are finally starting to take off, which has been exciting. And that is all flowers, zinnias, sunflowers. So that's going to be really beautiful soon. Look at this little guy. He's going to open up soon. Look at him. So cute. And then this is my melon trellis. So this melon, so I planted Kajari and I planted Texas Honey Rock. Well, I call this my mystery melon plant because this looks like it's a watermelon. So that was not planted on purpose. So it's kind of exciting. We have some mystery melon going on. There's another one there. So we'll see. But that's my melon trellis. Then I've got some more tomatoes there, some zinnias, sunflowers in the back. And then this bed is that first wave of bush beans that I ripped out and I replanted. So that should be coming up about the time that and producing about the time that the third wave is done. But I got peppers. I still have a few tomatoes that haven't turned just yet, but look at these peppers. I have like crazy peppers, and look at my German pinks. They are huge. Look at this sucker. Huge. I did rip out a couple of my tomato plants because they got blight, so after I harvested, look at those peppers. After I harvested, I ripped them out and I replanted some tomato suckers. So we'll see how those do. Look at my chili peppers. It's got tons of peppers on it. And then my cherry tomato plants have lots of cherries on them. That is my habanada pepper plant. And my mint. And some more tomatoes. Look at these. These have wound up being my second favorite behind the Dr. Witchy's tomato this year. These are the Brad's Atomic Grape tomatoes. And they are super prolific, and their tomatoes are more of a low acid tomato, which I really enjoy. There's some more tomatoes. And there's my lavender and my herb tower. Some more lavender. And then look, you guys, I'm getting elderberries. I'll be able to make some more elderberry syrup in the fall. Exciting. And my mint, which has flowered. And in here, we planted cowpeas in here as well. And then look at these cucamelons, you guys. They are going crazy. And look, I have, ooh, hello, Mr. Wasp. I have little baby cucamelons. Little baby cucamelons. And these are some more tomato plants. Now these were supposed to be my medicinal herb beds, but alas, a lot did not come up. So I replanted some flowers. There's zinnias in there. And then I had this either blackberry or raspberry cane come up in this bed, so I'm just going to leave him. And then my blackberries are finally starting to kind of end their run for the summer. And then I have some more tomato plants and some herbs in the herb bed. So that is what is going on in the garden right now. Again, a lot of things are starting to produce, starting to climb and really go wild. So I'm really excited about all that. But that is what's going on in the garden. All right, friends. Well, thanks for hanging out with me on this week's garden tour. A lot has changed since the last time I did a garden tour. We've had a lot of, we've been battling a lot of pests, vine borers, squash bugs, slugs, caterpillars, hornworms. It has been a challenging season. We had rain upon rain upon rain at the beginning of the season, and now we're kind of needing some rain. So when we need rain, we don't get any, but when we don't need any more, we get tons of rain. So that's about the way that it works, isn't it? Thank you for joining me on the garden tour, and thank you for hanging out with me and watching my videos. And I love that other people are watching these, but I mean, it's really mainly just for myself so that I can have a way to look back on the changes in the garden, what worked, what didn't work, and it's also a way for me to be able to look back on the vision that I have for the future, and then when God fulfills that vision, which I know He will, because He always fulfills the promises He makes to us and the things that He puts in our heart. When I'm able to look back on these videos, I'm able to see how far God has blessed us and how far God has taken us in our life. So I encourage you that if you don't want to video, if you're not a video person, or that's just not your thing, I highly encourage you to journal, write things down, write the vision down that you have, your dreams, your goals, write them down, because it is so neat to look back on some form of documentation to see where you were and see God fulfill those promises and how He fulfills those promises. It is truly encouraging, and it will truly bless your life. So I highly encourage to document any dreams you have and the journey to those dreams, because I just think it will completely bless your life in ways that you never imagined. But be the seed that changes the world. Until we see each other next time, friends, I hope you'll have a blessed and wonderful week. Stay cool. If you're dealing with extreme heat, just stay cool, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out with me, friends. Bye.